focus of the entire nation zooms in on a game like that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the #3 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Put total letter to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Leaves it with the running back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit. Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like, the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a 1st down. Nice start for this offense.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Grabs it in the middle. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. They'll try to pop the draw. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get him.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
He's got it down the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Seminoles just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, running back on the move. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that. They've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
The volley cheers going on high. And here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole play's going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Toss sweep, trying to get it outside to the right. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewart.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but I got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. One final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Leaving the punt team on the sideline, they'll go for it fourth and short from the 45. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
To throw, it's Applewhite. A little release to the back. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Noles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The inside handoff. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Terrell. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Reads it, fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The Seminoles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Ball is spotted on the 6. It'll be 1st and goal. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver to the ground with the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Noles! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Texas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Makes the grab. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Quarterback may change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Marsh. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Fires to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Notre Dame looking for this 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Larson. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Hunt is on its way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. Knocked down at the 22. That's a first down. They can still stop the clock.
And what a great job by the defense getting the turnover, but also giving their team an opportunity to kick a field goal here now with just seconds to go in the half.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw. It's Applewhite. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Flips it out to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. He wants to throw it. Safe completion on the screen. There he goes. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Running back searching for a hole. Looking for room at the 30. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That brings them to within 1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 21 over USC. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Give to the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running to the left. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Noles want to move quickly. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
Quick completion to the right. Turning it on. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Seminoles are rolling down the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. He leaves it with his back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The The Noles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Finds the big tight end. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Makes the catch near the sideline, but he's down immediately before he gained an inch. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. To make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. On the one hand, it's good to get points, but you can't keep settling for field goals on these drives if you want to win the football game. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the 4th quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be 3rd and long. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, and the offense goes for the knockout punch. They wanted to get the first down, run out the take the dub. Now their defense is going to have to come out and step up big for them and make sure they don't give up any points.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. With the catch, it's Marsh. And finally, a little production in the passing game. That has been sorely lacking in this one.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
Looking downfield on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and all gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Looks like the offense will just take a knee.